Hello and welcome back to ESA Winter 22. My name is Kamaguri and we are raising money for Alzheimer Foundation. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank ClearStart, Dermalogica, Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now we're going to throw it right over to Siegbruh running Dark Souls 3, all bosses, and take it away.
Yo, thanks so much, Kamaguri. So my name is Siegbruh. I'm DS3 speedrunner. I'm speedrunning glitchless, but it's like my kind of new category. Let's call all bosses unrestricted. So it'll be like huge ton of fun. Like we'll be killing all the bosses and using glitches, and like it'll be really cool. And today I'm joined with my really good friend and like one of the definitely top runners, Lucy. How are you doing, Lucy?
Doing well, thank you. My name's Lucy. Like Sieg said, I also run this game, so yeah, I'm looking forward to this run.
So yeah, I think so we can start, and I think we had a bid wars for skin choice. So...
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
So, one final refresh here.
Yeah, sure.
And it looks like Plain Doll has won with $140.01.
Nice. Here we go. Definitely honestly my favorite skin because I'm playing with it all the time. So yeah, we'll choose a class assassin because it has spook and pretty much parry shield, Aztec, pretty much everything we want. As a berry elf, we will choose Far Gem because you will use it for infusions later. And as it said, like we will choose Doll Skin as our choice right here. So we can start, and timer will start once I press yes button in the end of character creation. So are we ready? Can I have a countdown? Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. Let's go. So as I said already, that's all bosses, DS3, so pretty much all big health bars. We'll be fighting all the cool bosses. Maybe not all, some of them will not be really cool, but like, whatever. It's our objective just to kill all of them. And fights will be depending on the progression of the game. Like, some fights will be insanely free, literally. Some fights will be insanely hard. Some skips will be omega hard. Some skips will be literally free. It'll be like really, really nice and cool to watch. So I hope we'll actually enjoy it. And so we're pretty much on our way to the first boss that is called like Uldrich Gundyr. Like we're running just through the cemetery of Ash. And like, I bet Lucy, you can say something about Uldrich Gundyr, right?
Yeah, so Gundyr is one of the fights that, much like a lot of the mid-game fights in this run, it's sort of scripted in the sense that we're going to try to manipulate the timing of when he's going to stagger so we can effectively punish the boss. And if Sieg does everything correctly, he should know exactly when the boss will stagger, and it should go pretty smoothly. Yeah, so Gundyr, a lot of his attacks you're going to notice, and it's kind of a big theme of Dark Souls 3. In order to kind of conserve our stamina, we're going to try to strafe as many attacks from the bosses as possible. So you won't see us rolling unless we really have to optimally. So it's kind of a cool thing in a lot of the fights. A lot of interesting strafes.
Yep, pretty free fight to be fair. Like, it was a bit concerning. I'm like kind of playing on a new controller right now because sadly and really unfortunately my controller just kind of broken, and I needed to switch from Xbox to DualSense. So I'm not really used to triggers, and trigger is like a button for parry. And like when I'm literally trying to parry, it's like it feels so different, to be honest. So I was kind of concerned about parry, but it was literally a good Gundyr.
Yeah, that was a good Gundyr. So here Sieg's just going to be buying a short sword and a dagger. The short sword's going to be our main weapon for probably the first fourth of the run, and the dagger is going to be used for movement tech later in the run. So we'll see that eventually. And like Sieg said, we started with the fire gem because we're going to infuse the short sword. And there's a glitch that you'll see on the next boss called tumble buffing, which we'll talk about a little bit more when we get there.
Which is some kind of a magic, honestly. Like, tumble buff is such a, like, I don't know, unique glitch, I would say. It's like super cool one, and it's like really easy to perform. You just like press 2 buttons and win, pretty much. And like, it kind of copies your last consumable that you've used before. So like, you can do really, really magic things with that. So you can kind of dupe souls or infuse uninfusable stuff or something like that, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a great glitch.
Oh yeah,
it was patched out later, for the most part. So that's one of the big reasons for this patch specifically.
So yeah, pretty much. So here we go on a high wall of Lothric. Pretty much really like famous and like I would say infamous place for all the speedruns, because lots of time like you can see speedruns reset on that, and especially in all bosses, because there is like unique room that is called TK room, and TK room means throwing knives room, and it's a mandatory room here because we need to go for throwing knives, which is like a consumable that allows you to use stumble buff. But at the same time, like that's a really I don't know how to say, like not a difficult room, but like sometimes you can easily die there because there is a mob that kind of can hit you with a halberd, and it will not be really comfy.
Yeah, this is often known as the 3-minute reset because it's pretty common to reset here in runs.
I'll just heal here, just not to be sure. Okay, good enough. I hope I'm fine. Yes, I'm good. Okay, good.
You can quickly see how this room can just kind of go south.
Yeah, like I even healed, and still it kind of punished me a lot for like being, I don't know, maybe not too aggressive, but just not for quitting out. That's a big problem here. But it's like fine. It's still like we kind of managed to escape it, but it was like really Mon-chaos moment right now. So, and we just perform a spook quit out here. Like it's like a small glitch that allows you to, if you have a fall damage control, you can just land on certain grounds, on certain places where you're not triggering dash cam, and you will be able to survive it. So you literally just quit out when you hear Kerta scream, and you're good to go.
Yeah, that is you need the spook spell or the cat ring to do that, but the cat ring takes too long, and so does spook. So that is pretty much the entire reason the speedrun starts as the assassin class. I'm going to talk to Emma here and get a banner, so that after Vort we can go ahead and warp to the Undone Settlement.
I wonder if I want to heal, honestly, but I think it should be fine. We'll see. I think I maybe will do that. I will see. So yeah, we're like almost at the second boss right now of the run, which is called like Port of the Boreal Valley. And here how Tumble Buff works. So we use like our gold pine resin, but we usually cannot like even use it because our short sword is already infused with fire. But now we drop it here to dupe it, and now we cast Spook as a sorcery, throw a throwing knife, and here we go. Our sword is covered with lightning, so pretty much that's how it works. That's like how Tumble Buff allows you to do some magic, you know?
Yeah, and Vort's another example where Sieg's going to be counting his hits, which is another theme of Dark Souls 3. He's going to be trying to know exactly how many hits he has on the boss, so he can pretty much guess and know when the phase transition is going to be and when the stagger is going to be, just like that. That was a good Vort.
Okay, pretty clean. So now I'll rest on a bonfire just to skip the door animation. Like usually you want to do quit outs here and all, like in all these 3 speedruns, just to skip all the animations. But since we're playing like on marathon, it's kind of like RTA based strat and stuff like that. So we'll be just like skip animation with bonfires.
Our leaderboards go by in-game time, so we usually quit out a lot more than you'll see today. So it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah, that's why sadly probably like you cannot like set a war regular or something like that on marathons. Like maybe unless like in DS2, because like in DS2 usually you don't quit out at all because it doesn't really help you. Here like you can easily just use that mechanic to literally like save your life sometimes, or I don't know. Like it's a really cool one. So there goes like on that settlement, we kind of have some time, so Kamaguri, if you have anything for us, maybe that's a good time.
I do, in fact, have some donations here. We've got 2 from Genova, actually, for $10 each, with no comment. Thank you very much for that, though. We've got 1 from username is for $50, saying, "So, are the Dark Souls the enemies, or are you, as the player, a Dark Soul?" Interesting question.
Definitely a question, pretty much. So we're picking up here charcoal pine resin, and like that's the next resin that we'll be using for 3 bosses. So how does it work like in game? If you use a tumble buff here and apply, for example, fire on fire, it will simply give you more damage. I don't really know how to explain it. Maybe Lucy has an explanation. But like if like simply, it's strong. That's all.
Yeah, basically what Sieg's saying is because we have a fire short sword, fire resin on top of that is just extra damage, as opposed to using the lightning resin that he used on Vort. So we'll be using that for the remainder of the bosses that we will be using the short sword for. So the next 3 bosses, like Sieg said.
Yeah, and those
Speaking of
bosses
bosses,
will be pretty
Greatwood-
much destroyed by that. Because all of those bosses, like all those 3 next bosses, will be literally really weak to fire because of their resistances. Both like Greatwood, Abyss Watchers, and Volnir, and that's like pretty much gives you like a perfect start. So you can just like use your Resin and like destroy them via tumble buff. So we drop Resin again because we want to dupe it. Cast Spook, use throwing knives, and here we go. We have fire covered fire sword, and we have back to our Resins pretty much. So we started our Greatwood fight was 4 hits here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bait this guy. 1, 2. Go a bit further here on the stairs. Use Soul because we'll need it later. We can use this session Estus Flask as well because why not? And we trigger a Greatwood for transition. Now we just wait a bit. Now I want to roll to the right leg here. 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good enough. Swell guy drip, and yeah, it was settling. So yeah, what I was trying to do, it was actually a strat that is called Greatwood Skip. So if you want to kind of skip small section of running, you want to jump and quit out at a certain time when Greatwood dies. And some people do that, like for example with Mississippi's. Some people like count it with 1, 2, 3 or something like that. I call it with a different thingy, like I don't know how to say, like it's called Swole Guy Drip, so it's pretty much a meme and emotes. And once on the stream, one of my mods literally just offered me this emote. It was like a kind of funny meme, so I decided to try it because I was practicing like Greatwood Skip at the same time. And it worked. It literally became a real strat that like we're using like all the time. At least I use, like, because for example Lucy like counts with Mississippi, so it's kind of personal. But like if you mess it up, you can just go back on Last Rested Bonfire, and here you go. So pretty much you kind of lose no time, I would say. So
yeah, it's a very small time save, but
yeah, it's like 6 or 7 seconds. No, maybe more, but like not that much. For
yeah,
sure.
it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So we're about to perform first a really hard glitch. I would say maybe for me 3rd hardest in this run. So maybe Lucy, you want to talk about it a bit more?
Yeah, so we're coming up on, for new runners, this is probably one of the hardest skips when they first start running the game. It's called Fair and Keep Skip. And as the name would suggest, you're going to be skipping the entire Fair and Keep. And the way we're going to be doing this is by jumping left. In this game, a lot of voids and like large falls have 2 kind of planes above them. One will be a death cam plane and the other one will be a kill plane. Sieg's goal is going to be to touch the death cam plane without touching the kill plane. And by doing so, he will be put into a death cam state, which just essentially stops assets from loading in, like doors and other assets around the world. So with that, he'll be able to actually skip the entire Fair and Keep section. You'll see him do it, hopefully here. But it is actually quite a difficult skip, so
yeah, and you can easily
crossed.
die during that, because you need to be on the edge. So you want to jump really late to the, definitely on the edge of that. So you want to trigger death cam and then jump out. Perfect. Here we go. And now, like with that death cam, we just go like right here to the left, and like I kind of try to control with keyboard, but then I'll switch to controller back. So we're going here, and Rod of Sacrifices is still loaded, but like next area will not be loaded already. It's I believe how it's called. It's not Rod of Sacrifice, Crucifixion Woods, something like that. So yeah, and since Crucifixion Woods is not loaded, we'll just go through the textures and go to another side of a cage that is usually open from another side. Like, and in order to open it in casual playthrough, you need to go through all the swamps, and then you will be able to open it. So we just quit out right here, as we see Fair and Keep, and here we go. And once we quit out, once we go back, so that scan will be also reset, and where will be? Simply here. So here we go. That's how like Fair and Keep skip works, pretty much.
Yeah, that's normally intended as a shortcut later in the game after you actually go through Fair and Keep. It's one of those doors, the infamous does not open from this side. But with Fair and Keep, we can actually skip it. One thing to note about death cam glitches, the controls are actually different. They're called tank controls. So the movement's actually really awkward. You have to like hold forward, and like Sieg said, he does some of the movement with keyboard. So it definitely makes the skip a little bit harder to navigate, which you'll see again later in the run.
Oh yeah, I hope we will see it like in a good way, to be fair. But like next skip with Deathcam will be insanely hard. Like this one, it was just like, you know, like a cakewalk, to be fair. Like next one will be omega hard. Like I will give it 3 tries probably. I hope it will work somehow, but like it's literally insanely hard to perform it. Like, so we'll see how it works, honestly. Oh, insane Gru's RNG without quitouts, cool. So yeah, and as far as I know, we're not fighting Abyss Watchers, right, Kamaguri? Aren't we?
At this point, no.
Okay. So we're about to visit Abyss Watchers, and like we'll be doing here Watchers Glitch. So what pretty much Watchers Glitch does, it just kind of, I don't know how to say, like not like freezes them, but like it makes you fight them without entering the fog wall, and only if you enter a fog wall, AI will be activated. So that's how pretty much Watcher's Glitch works. So we want to go to this corner, do charged attack, save our position, wait until stamina regens, then we skip cutscene, and we quit out immediately as fight starts. And here we go. We go back to the game, and Abyss Watchers will be frozen.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, actually. So yeah, why Lisi pretty much said fingers crossed, because if you mess up the skip, you cannot recover it. So you need to fight them next time. So it's not like a big deal, honestly, because I honestly like fighting Abyss Watchers. It's like a really, really good game. I mean, not good game, what I'm saying. Good fight, yeah, absolutely. But Watcher's Glitch just makes it comfier, because after it you want to also do some manipulations with inventory. So right now we'll be doing some duping stuff. And it's also like connected to Tumble Buff.
Yeah, you'll see one of the other capabilities of tumble buffing, which, like Sieg said, is duping the soul. And like he said, we're just dropping it because it's going to try and use the most recent used item. And since it's not in our inventory, it can't actually consume the item.
I didn't change my items, it's fine, it's fine. I forgot totally about my SS Flask in inventory, it's fine, it's fine. I'll take it.
No, the skeleton?
Yeah, we'll not kill the skeleton, I'll just go for Bone Shard later. Because I totally forgot that I'm actually like having SS Flask in my inventory instead of throwing ice. So like literally I just kind of messed it up. Like it didn't really use my soul or something like that, but I just wasted my time. And if you're like good on time, you're supposed to kill like skeleton at the same time, and then you will get a bone shard as well. So yeah. So we're about to perform fence skip, like small skip. Please, thank you so much.
Yeah, that skip is actually a lot harder than it looks at times.
Yeah, it looks like kinda, you know, like just wiggle and it will work, but sadly it doesn't work like that, so... If only it was that simple. So you're supposed to perform certain inputs to make the skip work, and it kinda saves you not really huge amounts of time. It kinda saves you like 15 seconds maximum, like in best performance, I would say. Am I right, Lucy? Something like that, right?
It's a little bit less than that, but somewhere in that ballpark.
Even less, like, so yeah. Like, I believe it's without quit out, right?
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, it kind of like, it's not saving you that much at all, but it's like really, really hard to perform it. And it can easily like lose you way more time than you're supposed to save. So yeah, we're about to fight Mr. Volnir, and that's pretty much, I can say, like, kinda last boss of early game. Kinda, because after that we'll be changing our weapon, and our next weapon will be Sellsword Twin Blades, which is like Omega OP weapon. But to make it Omega OP, we need some souls, so we'll be killing Volnir pretty much for it. And also Tumble Buff again, starting with Charge R2 and R2 again. Now we go closer to his bracelet. 1, 2, just to see what attack he does. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 hit to the hand, because he can get a 1 HP meme. Now we finish him. Now we go for Sir Bracelet. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. And Volnir is done. Pretty clean.
So there's a thing with Volnir that we try to kill him as quick as possible, or rather break the third bracelet as quick as possible for something called a quick kill. If you mess it up, he just has a really slow death animation, and it wastes a lot of time.
Yeah, it's actually kind of wastes something like 7 seconds, I believe. Maybe
it's quite a bit.
Yeah, and like, thankfully in... Oh, I forgot about Quit Out. Yeah. Oh yeah, Skeletons are having fun with me. It's fine. So
I forgot about that too.
Yeah. I'm just not used to RTA stress. Like when you don't quit out, and like skeletons usually like just reload their positions and they're not spawning at all. But since they're spawned here, they're just trying to like kind of chase me. But it's fine. It's not a big deal at all. And there is another Skelly. Like damn, like Skelly's look at like 11 this run this time. Wait, what? Okay, I'll just quit out. Okay.
So Sieg's trying to do a small optimization where essentially he'll interact with the bonfire at the same time he's using his bone. So that way he can kind of queue up the homeward bone while he's lighting the bonfire. It's just a very small time save.
Yeah, it's like just keeping like kind of one input, to be fair. Like you're just doing like 2 inputs at the same time and that's all. Like nothing much. But sadly there was a Skelly behind me, so I needed to without to light the bonfire. So we buy here 12 Titanite shards, 3 Cartus Rouge, and 11 Homeward Bones for future. And also we go to Andre right now and upgrade our Sellsword Twin Blades to +4. We give him a call. Infuse our weapon with Sharp Gem, that gives us more dex scaling. Also reinforce our Restus Flask. We'll not have like Bone Shard for Cathedral, but it's fine. And also we will upgrade our dex up to 39. Which gives us lots of damage. And
yeah, that's the last time we'll be leveling dex throughout the entire run.
And we go back to Fahrenkeep Perimeter, the pretty much bonfire where we rested before Abyss Watchers. So we kind of make this way to Abyss Watchers and now we go back because of FKS. And all we will need now for our next boss is Charcoal Pine Bundles. And I think like that's we have some time until Crystal Sage, so like if you have anything for us, like that's perfect time.
I sure do. We've got a $20 donation here from Sunny Bun saying thank you everyone for raising money for such a great cause. Anonymous sends in $105 with no comments, but thank you very much for that. Princess Nico Cakes sends in $10 saying no comments. Phantasma Mass sends in $20 saying pre-show hype. Good luck to all the runners and let's go for the Penguin Freestyle and Dan Trust Stardom. And then we also have...
what's he?
We just have $5 from Ram Paza 38 with no comments either.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so we're kind of like really close to the next boss, that is Crystal Sage, and well, it's not really a boss, you will see right now. Like pretty much strat for it is like super simple. So like how does it work? Like you literally light up your bundle, go to Crystal Sage, save up stamina for 4 hits, go a bit to the side, look at the crystals, and crystals will show us where he will be. This pattern shows that he will be right here on this spot. And you attack him again 4 times, and he's dead. That's it. No problems at all. We're good. We're continuing our way.
Yeah, if you ever watched old DS3 All Bosses runs, we used to actually wait for a melee attack from Sage to parry, so we wouldn't have to have her teleport. But you could lose a lot of time just simply waiting for a good attack. So we ended up switching to this, kind of manipulating the teleport and killing Sage after the teleport.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. And we're about to enter not really like interesting, to be fair, territory that is called Cathedral's Deep. It's more likely just really like long running section. And well, sometimes there will be some difficult places, especially I don't like the place with Trolls and Halberd guy. Lucy probably knows what I'm talking about. Like, because this place can literally just easily kill you, like, without any problems. But, like, whatever, like, we'll try to survive somehow. And in the end of it, we will also face, like, no really cool boss that is called Deacons of the Deep. So it's, like, quite a straightforward location that will be skipped, like, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I would say 3 minutes, something like that. But we're entering here, right now we're entering Cleansing Chapel, and here there will be Gayle sitting on his knees, and he's praying for somebody to enter DLC 1, and Jesus Christ, I wish I would not, like, enter this DLC, honestly, because DLC 1 definitely will be the hardest part of this run, for sure. And it's not because of bosses only, like, bosses will be, like, yeah, kinda hard, but, like, it contains the hardest skip, so, like, it's quite concerning, honestly. So we'll go back to Gayle later, but right now we're about to visit Cathedral Deep. So we're start here with a graveyard, like, not really big of a deal, we just want to out-heal ourselves up to full HP. And there is, like, a small guy on the bridge that we don't want to look at, so he will not do a bad attack. So kind of like camera in DS3 works... like, correct me if I'm mistaken, Lucy, but everything that is not in your field of view is 30 FPS, right?
Yeah, were you gonna get the bone shard?
Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Without it, let's go. Let's go. Hardcore strats, it's fine.
Yeah, but like Sieg was saying, for whatever reason, enemies that aren't on your screen, I don't know if it's to kind of conserve resources, but when they're not on your screen, they kind of are rendered in differently or something, so they act very strange. There's a few instances throughout the run where you'll notice that our camera angles are very awkward. Maybe we're looking down, maybe we're doing something weird, and that's just because of that. There's also a big meme in this game about dogs teleporting, which thankfully hasn't really happened yet, but it can happen later. So
oh, don't curse it, man, don't curse it.
No, too late.
Don't curse it. So we quit out here just simply because we don't want to face that much enemies. And, like, if we just quit out, we reset all the positions to their default ones, and here we go. So there's nothing around us. There are some, like, still two guys who are explode, but they're, like, absolutely not dangerous for us at all. And now we go inside of the Cathedral of the Deep, and there will be like a small giant who we want to dodge as well. So now we need to listen to his attack. If he doesn't attack, our behavior will be different. He does a fast attack. So that means we need to cancel our SS off ledge, and this way we'll be able to dodge him easily. Now after he did an attack, I will heal, because I have some time, and probably he will throw dirt right now as well. Maybe. I'm not sure, but who knows. He did. Perfect. And here we go. So that's pretty much the most dangerous part of inside of Cathedrals. The Deep second giant is mostly, like, literally useless. He's trying to some kind of stomp you, but as you can see, he's not, like, really trying. And we're about to face Deacons. I would say that's the only boss that I'm angry at, honestly. Like, I honestly, like, don't like Greatwood. Greatwood is just boring in my opinion. I don't like Crystal Sage, even though, like, I don't know, like, idea is not bad. But only boss that I really hate is Deacons. Like, Deacons can literally just troll you. Like, meme on you really hard. Sadly.
Yeah, they're often referred to as the Clown Fiesta. Sieg's going to be trying to kill 5 of these Deacons that have the red orb on them. And then after that, a main Deacon will spawn. So he's just going to be chasing this red orb around the arena, taking out the enemies. You're actually getting some pretty good RNG here.
Kinda, yeah. Not bad.
There is a slight meme that can happen. Thankfully, Sieg doesn't have to deal with it. But if these enemies over by this big tomb in the center get the orb, there's a chance the orb just instantly flies away. It'll lose you a bit of time. It's pretty unfortunate when it happens.
Not bad.
But that was a pretty clean fight, yeah.
Yeah, that was, like, only first Deacon was not really good, like, but it's fine. So we go to Gayle right now back, and we just skip all his dialogues. We skip it, like, with mouse scroll, so you cannot really see dialogues. You know, we're going fast, like, it's speedrun, okay? And, like, we're going to DLCs right now. But if we go to DLCs, DLC Bonfire will be already open for us later. Right now, DLC for us is like too, you know, like high level. Like we cannot go there with +4 and just destroy it. Like even with +10, we'll have some troubles definitely. So we just like open this bonfire, go back to Filing Shrine, and now go to back to High Lord's Volnir bonfire, where we have has ended our early game. And right now we will meet a friendly doggo, pretty much friendly Wowie on the bridge that will give us a ring, and also there will be another skip that I honestly really like, and I think it's maybe the most comfy skip overall. It's like impossible to die, and it skips so much.
So it's a pretty easy skip, and it's one of the bigger time save skips in the run as well. So it's a win-win for the run.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like so ironically that the biggest skips like Partake and Irrital skip are literally so easy. Like they're really not hard at all compared to other ones. So we just stand here on the snow and do 2 L1s, then L1, R1, L1. Here we go. Dog's dead. We equip a ring, and we also prepare our sorcerer stuff. And I also want to prepare schools. So let's go. Let's go. And now we are entering Irrital of the Boreal Valley. Well, it's quite a honestly difficult location sometimes, like especially when you're only trying to speedrun and you don't really know stamina management. It can be a pure hell. Like sometimes even those 2 nights can give you like quite of a problems. But if you just quit out here, and if you are running unrestricted but not glitchless, you just aim your camera. Lucy will close your ears right now. You don't want to, or eyes, like you don't want to see this lineup. Because Lucy uses different one. And you aim with your stamina and jump, and let's repeat it. Okay, nobody saw that. And let's jump again. And here we go. We jump on the fence and we go out of bounds. And literally, this out of bounds allows you to skip all the Irrital entirely right to this bonfire, right here on the Destined Manor. So that's like a really good skip that is insanely easy to learn. It's just like a jump in timing, and this timing is quite lenient, and at the same time it's it's impossible to die during that skip. So it's like a really good example of comfy, really cool glitch that's like, I don't know, that is not wasting your mental health, you know. Because some skips are like really annoying, like including, for example, FPS. Oh please, can you? Thank you. No, it's fine, it's fine. I will use like insane soup strat. Okay, here we go.
There we go.
Yeah, like come on, like no marathon without soup, okay? So yeah, and we're about to face some Irrital dogs that Lucy was mentioning before. So like Lucy, how do you feel about those dogs?
Like we were saying earlier, enemies off screen kind of act a little strange, and dogs are no exception. They're very prone to teleporting. If you've played DS3 at all, you probably know this. So Sieg does have an Alluring Skull, which will hopefully distract these first 2, but he still has another set to deal with. Oh, you have 2 skulls. I didn't even realize
man,
that. Yeah,
like,
this is super
intentionally failed Greatwood skip just to get rid of those dogs, you know.
Yeah, those dogs can be a big run killer, especially when you don't have Alluring Skulls. You just kind of have to hope for the best and try to like control your stamina.
Honestly, like to anything, and like I don't know, even like Reiki pace can be lost to that, and it's like super unforgiving sometimes. Sometimes like nothing depends on you. Like you just need to, I don't know, roll and pray, something like that. Pontiff Sullivan. Well, not so much to say about this boss. Let's change our shield to a parry one. And let's make a first parry. Lock on, wait until he stands up. 2 L1s. Roll back. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's not good actually. Okay. I don't know, I can kind of recover it. I'll just quit out, it's fine. Okay, so you're supposed to do like 2 parries, and then you want to just kill him during transition, like after transition. But here I kind of like messed it up, so it's fine. Like I can just go to, like I can just quit out and go again. It's not a big deal. Problem is I don't have like any bone shard. That's the problem, so I need to like heal twice, but it's not a big deal at all. So let's go again. I'll try to focus a bit. Oh, come on, really? Okay, good. I will heal definitely. I don't mind. Good. Okay, now it will be fine. Yeah, new controller issues are literally killing me here, but it's fine. It's no big deal as well. I'm just honestly not used to all those parries, but okay. Okay. Ooh, that was honestly close. So close, man. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll take it. We'll take it. It's just for a show, okay? It's like throwing for a content. Okay, and like, yeah, it will be a really long running section right now. I'll be grabbing some ashes for +6, so like, it's a really good time to speak about something, Kamaguri, if you have anything.
Awesome, I sure do. So I would just like to say that after the Super Mario 64 randomizer, we have the Captain Falcon 64 1-star blindfolded run. And if you donate now, you can get your donations in to choose the blindfold that we use. We've got Black Penguin, Brown Bear, White Cat, or White Seal as your choices. So get your donations in for that, as well as Dantra Stardom after that as well.
Okay, so we're pretty much entering, like, right now, Anorlando territory from DS1. And obviously, any, like, Souls player that was doing like a first playthrough can recognize those archers that were shooting like those arrows, like really like infamous place was those. But in my opinion, these archers are just like, it's like a kindergarten compared to those ones, because those arrows are way faster and like they hit you way harder as well. But like if you just skip it like that, it's all fine. And like we go right now to elevator. And I honestly think if we just quit out here, it will be way faster than just waiting for that animation. The animation here is like really like huge. It takes like 15 seconds maybe, something like that. Because I remember like you can use something like 3 souls during that. And it's a lot. So it's sometimes even better in RTA base to quit out just to skip some animations. And we're about to face Aldrich. Pretty hard boss, to be fair. It's like you can easily lose time on him.
Yeah, Aldrich is one of the hardest fights when you're first learning the game. You kind of have to recognize a few different patterns. If all goes well, you can always get a consistent 2 cycle, which hopefully Sieg we'll see from Sieg. But yeah, this fight it's a very complex fight, and it takes a lot of time to learn properly, and you can still definitely mess it up pretty easily.
Yeah, and that's why I'm going for a bonfire. Not only because I'm not having like full HP right now after Pontiff, which is quite unfortunate, but also because like. If you just die here, you will need to go from distant manor all the way up again, and it's a lot. It's literally a lot. So we're like going right now like to Uldrich with like a safe strat, you know, like better safe than sorry sometimes. So that's much here. And for Uldrich, we'll be using Gold Pine Resin, and yeah, pretty much as Lucy said, if fight goes well, it'll be 2 cycles. We'll see.
One thing to note that we failed to mention, Sieg grabbed a ring earlier in the run called Lloyd's Sword Ring. And you'll notice anytime he's about to enter a boss fight, he's going to be trying to enter at full health. And that's just because the ring gives you a 10% damage buff. So not being at full health will lower your damage. If you're familiar with Dark Souls 1, they have the RTSR they use. It's kind of the opposite of that, where theirs is low health, ours is full health. Opener.
I like this opener, honestly. It's my favorite one, I believe.
It's comfy.
That's true. It's fine, I would say. Not bad.
Perfect. Yeah, well done.
Oh no. Oh, that was so close, dude. Like, I don't know why did they even press this button. I honestly don't know. Like, maybe it's my muscle memory, something like that, but it was so in timing, but at the same time, it was so on the edge. Oh my god.
Yeah, you'll notice for a lot of these bosses that Sieg uses the Homeward Bone out of. He's going to try to Homeward Bone as early as possible. If he bones too early and he doesn't get the boss soul, even if he killed the boss, it doesn't count for the run. So he's going to have to try to time his bones to be as early as possible without being too early, which was almost a little early there, but
oh yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah, if I was too early, I would need to go again to Enderlone the bonfire and kill Aldrich again. Like this time without how it's called, without resin and stuff like that. And obviously, it's a huge time loss. Not only like speaking of RTA, just like in general, you know. So yeah, and now we are entering like also quite straightforward location. That's called Profane Capital and Irritable Dungeon. So I'll be just like doing some. I don't think we'll go for a skip, right? Like it's not really RTA based. So there is like one skip that is called like ladder skip, but here in this version of a run, like you want to quit out before it, and it's not really. It's like obviously IGT based because you save something like 6 or 7 seconds, and you do jump across the pit. But here, RTA base, it will not be really good. So I'll be doing just like here a small skip that is called Dungeon Skip, that is usually used on glitchless. So usually you want to perform a spook without, so you want to jump, and while you have spook, you want to land on a place underneath, and obviously you quit out when you hear the scream. So, oh. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Okay. Yeah, pretty much. Perfect. Perfectly timed. Okay. But there is like a way to do that without spook without. You just like perform it with dungeon skip. You backstep once and land on a small platform that allows you to survive the fall without spook without. Perfect. Okay. If you do certain stamina for this gargoyle, like it's kinda not an enemy at all. You just like kinda run past it and it's fine. And we're about to face Yorm, and finally,
Bone Shard.
I'm getting Bone Shard, dude. Like finally, like it's so painful to run with +0. I swear. So maybe I'll even rest on the bonfire, not here, but later before Osiris. We'll see. And like right now, there will be a huge like cascade of bosses. Like right now, starting from Yorm, we'll be facing a lots of bosses, and like they will be back to back. Like so, it's kind of like a boss rush mod, you know, something like that. So you want to speak of them, Lucy?
Yeah. So like Sieg said, it's kind of a boss rush for a little bit here. We're gonna start off with Yorm, which is sort of a gimmick fight. A lot of people don't like the fight. I personally really enjoy the fight for some reason. There's a weapon in the arena that well, in this arena, Sieg will be doing increased damage to Yorm with it. He's going to try to bait 2 certain attacks, or he's going to be baiting, hoping for 1 attack, but there's 2 different attacks that he'll probably see. And if all goes well, he won't get stomped by Yorm. Yorm will hopefully either do a stomp or like an overhead slam. If he does the overhead slam, then Sieg can get a hit off. It's kind of a slow fight at times, and things can really cascade quickly, and it can go downhill. But that's a good opener. Sieg's going to be trying to aim for his head, just like that, because if you get a head hit, he's going to stagger long enough for you to get another hit off. So this is actually a really good start to the fight. And a lot of this is just kind of managing your stamina. You want to be able to get the attacks in as quickly as possible.
Perfect.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, 2 headshots, like, I kinda like to see that.
And then after this, we're gonna get warped straight to Dancer. And we're gonna be using the bleed resin. It's pretty strong against her.
Oh, okay.
And you
I have stuff, it's fine. It's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of optimizations after boss kills and things like that. You'll see us using souls or anything anywhere we can, doing our inventory, whatnot. So we're going to kill Emma, and he's going to go ahead and dupe the Deacon soul that he just popped after Yorm. And then we have the Dancer fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
Again, on the topic I was talking about earlier, he's going to try to be strafing as many of her attacks as possible, just to kind of conserve stamina. He's also going to get a stagger there, which is great. And if all goes well, he should kill her before she finishes her spin here, which is actually a really flashy kill.
Okay.
I really like the way that the kill looks.
Yeah, it's like really fancy. It's like looks so good. I honestly love the answer fight. The answer fight is like, I would say one of the best in my opinion. Like maybe it's arguable, like, but I really like it. It's like so cool that you can actually strafe so many attacks, and they look really beautiful. So yeah, right now we're about to light a fire. It's called Uldrich Castle Bonfire, and we'll probably quit out here just to rest in it, because next bosses will be, well, quite hard. Like, I mean, you need to either perfect performance on them, or fight can go a bit wrong. Like, I'm speaking of, for example, Champion Gundyr, because if you go not on a strat, like, it can go a bit wrong, like, definitely. And Osiris, well, we'll see if he's kind today.
Yeah, Osiris, he has an attack that's really frustrating. It's called Instant Charge, or we call it Instant Charge. And if Sieg gets it, you'll see why it's called that. But hopefully you won't get it. It's
oh yeah, I hope.
It's a really hard attack to dodge. There is a way to make this fight scripted. It is kind of a difficult strat. I don't think many runners use it.
Well, it's not difficult, but sometimes it's quite time-losing, and, you know, like... I just honestly like this strafing strat. It, like, looks cooler, honestly. I like it more.
Yeah, you have to go for style points.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will need no stuff here. We're just going through the poison swamps here. I want to pick up this Human Pine Resin just before Champion Gundyr, so we'll use it there. But for Osiris, we'll definitely use Gold Pine Resin. I kind of want to strafe this guy and equip certain set of armor to reduce all the incoming damage.
Alright.
Okay.
No instant charge.
Let's pray.
So this is another instance. Sieg is going to be counting hits for Osiris' stagger. He'll stagger in 5.5 hits with the Twin Blades. So again, like mentioned earlier, if you know when the boss is going to stagger, you can really punish it properly. It's a huge theme throughout Dark Souls, so I'm going to keep reiterating it. And there's the instant charge.
Okay. I'll just heal. I don't care. All is fine. I know how to fix it, guys.
There we go.
Okay, good.
A good recovery.
Oh my lord, like, really? Instant charge immediately, dude. It's so cursed, okay, but it's fine, like, we do that. And yeah, let's go for target shield here, because next boss will be Champion Gundyr, will be parrying him. And yeah, that was not really, like... it was quite unfortunate fight, to be fair, but it's fine. Like, it's not a big deal, honestly, because... we have so much health, and also like we were equipping certain amount of a certain set of armor that reduces like damage from charges, as I remember correctly. And for example, for 10 vigor, there is a strat. Like if you don't level up your vigor, you want to equip Assassin's Hood and armor, and Herald's gloves and pants. So you will be able to survive instant charge on 1 HP directly. So, like, certainly on 1 HP, you will be able to survive it. With only Herald's armor or Assassin's armor, you will not be able. Correct me if I'm mistaken, Lucy. I think
something like
that. It is
that.
like it is, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like Sieg said, we're coming up on Champion Gundyr, and the strat for this boss has really kind of developed over the years. The current strat is it's one of my favorite strats in the entire game. It's really flashy if it goes well. But the strat can be a little easy to mess up sometimes, so see how that goes. This is another instance of setting up his stagger, so we know when he's going to stagger. Some lovely parries.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough. Clean. That was clean. I was honestly concerned about parries again, like you remember what happened on Pontiff. And I was like, oh damn, definitely I will fail it again. But like, okay, no. Didn't curse it this time. So we're going for DSA right now. So as I said, like before, like there will be huge amount of bosses like in a row. And as you saw, like that was Yorm, Dancer. Like now we'll see DSA. That was Champion. That was Osiris. So let's go for more. And like there is a bridge with wyverns. Like here, you just want to run straight. If you just quit out here, it will reset their behavior. And you will be able to kind of avoid all the flames. And I think we have like maybe time for 1 or 2 donations if we have any before next boss.
I'd love to take this time just to make sure you all know that all of your donations, Twitch bits, and Twitch subscriptions this year are going towards Alzheimerfonden. Alzheimerfonden is the Swedish fundraising organization focusing on Alzheimer's disease research and other dementia-related diseases. So make sure you get your donations in.
Something you might have seen Sieg do just then, he kind of jumped off the ledge and then rolled in midair. That's a fall damage cancel. Because the rolling gives you iframes or invincibility frames, if you time the roll off of a ledge to kind of be at the right time when you're about to land, it'll negate all fall damage. And like I said, with Lloyd's sword ring, we really want to be at full health for all the fights. And using an Estus is slow sometimes as well. And DSA is one of these fights that we're going to be positioning ourselves in such a way to try and strafe a lot of his attacks. We're going to try to bait a few specific attacks in particular so that we can really easily strafe and punish it. That was a great fight.
That was clean, yeah. Like I was super concerned about DSA because for some reason I lost it. Like, you know, when you're like running same game or category all the time, like sometimes for some reason you can just lose it. Like, I don't know, some boss or some skip, and like I don't know why, like I don't know what's the reason of it. Like I was like literally no clue about it, but like this time like DSA was actually nice. So yeah, like
now we're
entering Dread Archives. Oh man, like that was actually a nightmare for me. But like, Lucy, what do you want to describe like stamina here?
Yeah, so this running section can be quite intimidating, and it can actually be really rough at times. If you do your stamina right, and much like a lot of this game, proper stamina and pathing and taking good lines will kind of give you very predictable enemy behavior. So if Sieg's going to try to really make sure his stamina's consistent throughout here, so he kind of knows exactly what the enemies are going to be doing. And if all goes well, this section should be pretty scripted through. We'll see. There's a few things that can go wrong, but so far we're looking pretty good. That's probably one of the tougher sections of this running segment.
Oh,
God damn. So Sieg was going for one of the other fall damage cancels there, but
it's
that
a
one's
bit
a little
different
tricky.
one. Like you want to roll a bit later here, so iframes will just absorb the damage. Like sadly, it's not a big deal, but it's just like the thing that you want to go for, you know. You know what I'm wondering, Lucy? I want to ask you, like, should I go here for a bone shard, or shouldn't I?
I probably
Tough
would.
choice, right?
You might have to quit out though.
I don't know, maybe.
I would recommend it.
So you want me to go for it, right?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, let's go for it. So since I kind of skipped like shard, I want to go for another one because bone shards literally give you more how it's called, Estus healing per charge. So you want to grab them like in most like convenient places, but since I missed one because of duping issues, I want to go for this one. Strafing like a god. Oh, here we go. Nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. And now we're about to enter like infamous stairs of death, or how they called, whatever. But they're actually quite cute, honestly. Like there are so many high-level enemies that are trying to kind of hit you, but they cannot, and like it looks kind of cute. So let's just go here. I just realized that I don't have like any safety bonfires, so if I die right now, I'll be running a lot. So let's see how it works. I can go for elevator to the right, but like, nah, I don't need it. I'll go like that. So we just go to the right side here, and I hope that's okay. I want to say I hope for no roll, but like whatever. Never mind. And we just quit out here. So we just go back to the game, and now we want to prepare our setup. So we want to also have sorcerer stuff, because we want to dupe soul after this fight. And also want to equip back our twin blades, and we prepare back here our soul. And let's go. One of the most beautiful fights, definitely.
Yeah, in this fight, he has two different openers. The opener Sieg just got a different one. The opener he just got was actually once considered the good opener, but because of recent developments and strats, it's no longer really considered that. There's a strat you can go for with the other one, where you manipulate Lorien here to teleport into a specific position. So there's a cool little piece of tech where phase 2, that you just don't aggro these princes. You're right behind them. Unfortunately, we don't get to see that. But it's completely RNG dependent, and it saves quite a bit of time if well executed.
That
and
was
this is a fight,
quite Monko, honestly.
That was a little concerning. This fight, we're really going to try to stay behind Lorien, as well as not locked on. There's some weird things with how fast they turn and everything, depending on if you're locked on or if you're facing them. But that was a pretty good fight, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good, but
didn't have to.
This opener in second phase was so bad. It was literally despair. But like, okay, this time it was fine. And okay, thank God, back to +2 asses. What an enjoyment. Upgrading my get rate so it provides me more HP per SS. Nice. And now we go back to Profane Capital. So remember we laid up Bonfire there, right? Like we're going right now for a I would say almost pre-last section of base game. Yeah, kind of like that. Because after it will be DLCs, and DLCs is definitely the hardest part of run. Like, absolutely without any exceptions. Like, DLCs will be insanely hard. And, yeah, there on this territory as well, we'll kill a Wyvern. And it's quite a cool kill, but it's not really cool to perform it. I personally don't like it. Because it makes you performing, like, really 5-head moves with your fingers and stuff like that. But also we'll be able to obtain some ashes there that will allow us to get +10 in future. I mean, +9, but like +10 will be as well. So we just go here and we kind of prepare one of the souls because we will dupe it again as well. And all we need right now is just this gesture. And
yeah, this is the gesture he picked up after killing Osiris. You needed to actually access Archdragon Peak. That's just a little bit of waiting.
Yeah. I'll beat off on speed, but it's fine, we can take it. And now we prepare Soul of Twin Princess, and here is Archdragon Peak. That's a quite straightforward location until Wyvern, and Wyvern is, well, there is a special tech to kill it quite fast. Like, Lisa will try probably to explain to you, like, what I'll be doing, because I need to be a bit focused, especially because of new controller RNG tools, man. So, like, I'll be trying not to mess it up. It should be fine, but, like, sometimes, you know...
You got this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, like Sieg said, we're going to be taking kind of an unintended path here to kill Wyvern. If you've played this game casually, you know there's normally this big running section up these ladders and these staircases, and you do this really cool plunging attack to kill Wyvern, but that's slow, and also there's an enemy called Chain Snake that's really annoying, so we have what's called Chain Snake Skip. Not Wyvern Skip.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's all about
I mean, like, I named the jump before Aldrich Slime Skip, because you usually land on slime there, you know?
So Sieg's going to be doing a running R2 attack with the short sword. Pretty much any weapon works, but because of our elevation, we're able just to go ahead and plunge his head right there. And it saves quite a bit of time, as well as we're going to get a nice ring out of this, which will help us later in the run.
Good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. No problems at all. Pretty much straightforward, and also we want to change our fashion here. Like, I want to also drop Herald Gloves here, because I just don't like them, honestly. And
Yeah, we're
I
starting to
bet
get
all
some
the
rings
runners
and
don't like them.
equipment. Yeah, we're starting to get some rings and equipment, so our equip load's going up. We're getting a little bit heavier. There's a few different tiers of rolling in this game. We try to be below 30% as much as possible, which is indicated in the menu. That just gives us the furthest roll. So we're going to be doing kind of switching out our gloves for the rest of the run because they are lighter, and it will give us the quicker roll. Or rather, it puts us under a heavy roll later.
Yeah, because at some point we will need to equip like stuff as well as our twin blades and full set of armor. Oh, no damage roll, nice. That's pure gaming. That's pure gaming for sure. So yeah, like at some point we'll need to be equipped with all the armor, also twin blades and sorcery stuff. So it kind of makes us like to go over 70, and if we just like switch our gloves, it will be fine, absolutely. So like Assassin's Gloves here is the way. I also like this bonfire for later, because this bonfire will be for Nameless King. Nameless King will be one of the, I would say, pre-last boss of run, right? Something like that.
Yeah, he's the second to last boss.
Exactly. And like right now we just go for Dragon Chase's Ashes. We'll see if, yeah, Lizard is actually kind. I love those rock lizards, they're cute. Yeah, I mean, they're actually good. They're quite aggressive as well, to be fair, but it's fine. And then we go back to Filing Shrine, and like probably Lucy will tell you a bit more about like our little session of shopping here, because I don't want to buy anything like incorrectly.
Yeah, so we're going to be placing these cinders down of the lords that we killed. There are these little animation cancels. See, got a partial one here. They save quite a bit of time, actually, so getting them is great.
Come on.
Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get that one.
Yeah, laws of physics. Don't know.
Not only do we have to do this to actually access Cinder later in the run, but this is also will allow us to buy a slab from the Handmaiden, which will allow us to get our twin blades to +10. And this is also going to be the last time that we actually level up or buy anything in Firelink for the rest of the run, barring no mistakes for the remainder. So we're just going to be getting some resins, and we're going to be getting some bundles, because the bundles, although they don't last as long, they add more damage to your weapon. So we're going to use those on a few bosses in particular, and just the rest of our upgrade materials.
And then we go and just upgrade +10. What did you say?
I was trying to remember if you got the chunk before Osiris, but you did.
Oh, no. I didn't do that. I decided not to, I don't know, experiment. Because I definitely would forget about it. So now goes fun entry. Now goes like DLC entry, and I need to prepare myself because it will be hard, honestly. Like, jokes aside, that goes the hardest part of the run.
There's a cool little
DLCs
thing
are,
Sieg
like,
just did there.
super hard.
When interacting with that bonfire, it will normally warp you to like kind of an area that looks very similar to Firelink. But if you bone to last rested, or use the homeward bone to go to the last bonfire rested at, it'll actually just take you straight to the kiln of the first flame. And you can even do it during that cutscene, or right after skipping the cutscene. So it's just a small little time save, and that's why he kind of warped there, if you're familiar with the game casually.
So yeah, we're kind of entering here DLCs, and that's a drag hip. It's quite straightforward location, and I believe we have some time for like maybe 1 minute until next skip, so Kamaguri, here you go.
Alright, we've got a $100 donation from Gundyr Pal saying, "Go fight Alzheimer's." And we also have an $11 donation from Anonymous with no comment, but thank you very much for that. Both of those donations went towards incentives. The $100 went toward the Dance Coach Showcase for Penguin Freestyle and Dangerous Stardom, and the $11 went toward the blindfold choice for Brown Bear. So currently that is in the lead at $11, with White Cat closely behind at 10.
So we're about to face Angel Skip, and Angel Skip is all like, I cannot say it's actually small skip, it kind of saves you 45 seconds to be fair, but it's a sequence of jumps that allows you to jump over on the tower. And well, it's not really easy, honestly. It's quite precise, especially with controller, but I hope we'll do that correctly. So we quit out here just to reset Angel's behavior. So let's go try it.
Yeah, the skip can be quite a bit finicky at times. So, and it is a big time save, so it's definitely worth doing. Perfect. Oh!
Okay, no. Everything's control. Okay, chill.
Yeah, so after the jump on the cage, you notice he jumped in that corner, but the corner tries to like push you out of it, so it's very easy just to slide on out, which almost happened there, but thankfully it didn't.
Okay, I just practiced my jumps, okay, before, so it's fine. Jesus Christ. Dude, like, I swear, those skips are going, like, insane today. Okay, so we're entering Demon Prince fight, and I'll be kind of focused.
So Demon Princes, for phase 1, we have to deal with these two guys. If all goes well, this first demon should be dead before the second one really enters his melee phase, if you will. It's going pretty well so far. Phase 2, there's actually 2 different phase 2s for this fight you can get, and it's entirely dependent on which of the demons you kill last. We're going for the most optimal first demon to kill, so we're going to have to deal with what's called Meteor Demon in phase 2. Thankfully our damage should be good enough to not really have to deal with his meteors, but the meteors can be pretty devastating at times, so that was a pretty good phase 1. And you'll see Sieg here just kind of attacking the dead body. This doesn't actually do any damage to phase 2, but it's building up the bleed, because we're going to try to get bleed to proc on the boss. And here's a little strat that he's going to try to kind of spin the Demon Princes. He's going to try to stay behind him so that he keeps rotating, and hopefully he'll actually jump back towards the fog wall. We want him to be right near the exit of the arena, as well as get in as many hits as possible. And that should be the end of the fight here.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
Not too bad, yeah. Second phase was a bit scuffed, but it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it happens.
Exactly. I wonder if I should actually go on homeward back just to restore my Essos Flask. I think no. No, I'll not go for it. It's fine.
And now we're coming up to quite the fun area. This is the Ringed City. We have quite a few skips here you're going to see. I guess there's only 2.
Yeah, back-to-back pretty much.
Yeah, they're back-to-back skips. The first one isn't too bad. The second one can be quite finicky. But the first one's going to be Partake Skip. And we'll kind of show you that here, hopefully. And we just have to deal with this Judicator and this Archer Bridge.
Oof, okay. It was quite close, but it's fine. I wonder if I should go for quit outs, honestly, here, if I just drop. I don't know, honestly. I think I like maybe better option to drop here, yeah. RTA wise, I mean.
Yeah.
So firstly, you need to like make your way to Judicator, and also you want to have full health, so you 5-shot him with bundles. Like, firstly, we'll just go right here and quit out in a certain position, so there will be no archers and stuff like that that will actually give us any problems with Judicator. Like, something like that should be fine, I believe. And then, once I go back from quit out, I want to light up bundle and hit him with five times with Twin Blades. So it'll be enough to kill Judicator, and that will start the fun part. Actually, looks cool.
Yeah, we're gonna need this bridge clear, and since the Judicator keeps spawning these archers and everything, we're gonna have to take him out, unfortunately. And then we're going to be aggroing this bug, and this is kind of the whole premise of Partake Skip. So he's gonna be going aggroing him here, and we're gonna try to keep him on camera as well as using parries to kind of bait the bug to follow us. And the goal is to lure him into kind of a certain path that will allow him to grab us in a second. So Sieg's going to sit here, he's going to parry and wait for him to come. And he's going to kind of get into a specific position and cast Spook. That way he can do a Spook quit out coming up. He'll position himself on these stairs, and because of this bug's grab attack, he tries to place you at his feet, and his feet just so happen to be below the stairs clipping, so we just fall right through the ground.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was a bit concerned about Buck's position. It looked like a bit to the right, but okay. Maybe it was just like, I don't know, my paranoia, stuff like that. Okay, I'll definitely like go and rest on bonfire. Next skip will be really hard.
Yeah, so
not that hard, but like...
Yeah, this is elevator clip. This can definitely be a run killer. It's one of the more, I'd say, like precise skips throughout the run. It's pretty precise. And the central goal of this is going to be to position ourselves in a certain way that we can clip through a wall. It looks quite goofy, but we'll see how it goes first try. It's quite the finicky thing.
What? Where's my mouse, dude? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. My mouse for some reason was on the second monitor. I hope it will work somehow, but like, I kind of repositioned myself and I think it will not work. Oh, it worked! Oh,
it worked.
Geez.
Wonderful.
Yeah, okay.
And this is just a little bit of parkour. We're going to be jumping around some corners, falling onto these little ledges and doing some jumps.
Good.
Wonderful.
Oh, I feel so... Oh my god, it's so good right now. Like, I cannot even describe it. Like, I swear. Like, when you fail this jump and you need to go back to the bonfire, it feels so good, I swear. Like, when you do the first try without fails. Because literally, I honestly have some problems with elevator cliff. But it's, like, not the hardest skip overrun, definitely. Hardest skip overrun definitely will be late.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Sadly.
But for now, it's Madir. And we're going to be dropping to his arena from here. It's
yeah, it actually looks quite cool if you've never seen like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks super weird, like how his arena loads up after all this stuff. Like,
and if you've ever played this game casually, Madir can be quite the struggle. There is actually a way for us to do this fight scripted, which means basically just that we know exactly how the fight's going to play out, if all goes well. So C's going to be trying to do that. He's just going to be kind of attacking at the same time and positioning himself well. And for the scripted fight, there's really only one thing that can really go wrong. So, see how it goes. It can be a little tight. It can be kind of knacky at times, a little difficult. That should be good.
Oh no! I'm good, chill. Oh, dude, it was so on the edge, I swear.
Yeah, that was...
It was insane.
And that's Madir. That was...
Yeah, that's great. Here we go. Man, it's like... I will definitely need some pills to a bit chill and calm. Oh man, okay, we're good. Like, and there goes the next boss, and well, there'll be two bosses that are not really scripted. You can make them a bit scripted, like Half-Life, for example, but also will be harder than Media for sure. Media was quite a, I don't know, peachy stuff. Because next two bosses, like, you need to know how to recover from Half-Life.
Yeah. He's quite the boss. He was actually designed to be kind of a PvP boss. There's a boss in Demon's Souls that kind of acts the same way, where you would summon a player in to fight as the boss. However, because we're playing offline, we're going to be fighting the NPC version, and this fight can spiral out of control extremely quickly. So we're going to be using a certain combo with the Twin Blades that just so happens to stunlock Half-Light. And the goal is to basically just stunlock him for as much damage as we can and deal with the corresponding attack after that. So, like I said, this fight can go wrong extremely quick. And a lot of runners do not appreciate this fight.
Breaking a gaming chair, obviously, the most important part. Good.
So these Painted Guardian, there will be another one spawning about halfway through Half-Life's HP. They can be a slight problem. Usually they're not too bad to deal with, but we're going to try to ignore the Painted Guardian.
Okay. It's fine, it's fine. What? Dude, do something, please. Okay, not bad. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Bow, please.
You definitely see how this fight can spiral out of control very, very quickly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, good. Yeah, that's how a fight goes out of control, definitely. Because, like, it all started with the first roll that Half-Life did, pretty much. And, well, that was unfortunate, but it's fine, like, still. Half-Life is definitely hard fight to recover. Like, it can be scripted, but you need to really, like, practice a lot. But in my opinion, next fight will be even harder, like, in matter of saving or losing time. Like, if you know how to fight Gayle properly, you can save a lot of time. And same goes to the opposite side. You can also lose a lot of time.
Yeah, Gayle's quite the fight. This is another instance of knowing when he's going to stagger. Yeah, it's one of my favorite fights in the run.
Definitely. I'll go to Last Res right now just to restore all my Estus Flash charges. And, well, now goes the hardest part of the run. Gayle and next thing. I hear how Lucy's jiggling, but, like, I don't know. Maybe it's like nervous laugh or something like that.
We'll find out.
Oh man, like, I don't know. I hope it goes well. So want to use 2 budding green blossoms because fight is really, really long. And like, let's use first one here, and we'll use Resin once we enter fight.
Yeah, Sieg's going to try to strafe as many of the attacks as he can. A lot of the attacks can be strafed, a lot more than you think. But this fight is just a really big balance of counting your hits, knowing when he's going to stagger, and just kind of thinking on the fly, really kind of predicting what he's going to do next. I think that's one of the cooler strafes in the run too, the big wombo combo. For those of you that don't know, Gayle is a 3-phase fight, so we're gonna have to. It's quite the, like Sieg said, it's quite the long fight, and each phase there's something kind of new you have to deal with. So phase 2, he's actually standing. We're gonna try to bait these 3-hit combos out of Gayle in phase 2, just because they're really nice to punish. I just think this fight's really interesting to watch. I think it's fights. Yeah, it's Gayle.
Pretty cool fight, to be fair.
Yeah.
Insanely good fight, like, and really, really technical. But now goes the hardest part, definitely, of the run. So we have I think, like, we have, like, really, really small time, but, like, we can have 1 or 2 maybe donations, because huge skip isn't coming. Kamaguri? Are you here, sir?
Yes, sorry about that.
No, all is fine,
I would like to say that for the low price of $11.01, you can potentially choose the blindfold choice for the Super Captain Falcon 64 1-star blindfolded run. Right now, Brown Bear is still in the lead with $11, with the White Cat trailing behind at 10. We also have Black Penguin and White Seal for you to choose from. So if any one of those captures your fancy, please let us know and donate for it.
Yeah, so this right here, we're coming up on Wilhelm Skip, which is kind of the bane of this game. It's every runner will struggle with this at some point.
It's a mega hard.
It's one of the other death cam skips, like FKS early in the run. While FKS getting the death cam was the hard part and the running was easy, this is the complete opposite. We're going to triggering the death cam will be quite simple. But we're going to have quite the tedious running segment while in death cam, which does include the tank controls, so maneuvering the character is going to be quite difficult. You'll see the camera's going to do a lot of funky stuff, and Sieg's also going to have to listen to audio cues. He's going to be listening for arrows and attacks from some of the knights. He chopped that bridge down because that's actually how we're going to access Frida. But like I said, Sieg's going to have to focus here and listen to the game. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'll give it 3 tries. It's like a mega hard skip, and like if I get it on a marathon, it will be insanely good. If I cannot get it, well, sadly, but like I've tried. Let's hope it will work out. That's quite good. I want to light a bonfire here. Because later on this bonfire we will go and we'll kill Great Thunder. But now goes the hardest spot. First branch is not a really big deal, but still it's... Well, it's not really cool to run up on it and drop on the second one. And that's why pretty much. I'll heal here once. Good. And goes the hardest spot. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the hardest part. Like those 2 branches, like dropping on the first one and dropping on this one when camera is flipped is insanely hard. Like literally all other branches are quite okay, but like it's fine. Like I'll give it 2 more tries, and then if it doesn't work, like I'll just go like a regular way. Because if you just go here on the like on top of a branches, you'll be able to access the bridge and bridge ladder. And after it, you can fight Frida without pulling the lever. So, like, without activating the mechanism of altar. And, like, I honestly learned the skip especially for Marathon, and still it's not really that consistent, sadly. Because it's quite my first experience of doing that, like. So I can definitely say it's omega hard. For some runners, even, like, this skip is, kind of a reason to, how to say, to kind of have a break from speedruns and all bosses and stuff like that. Well, like Lucy definitely can say like that, because yeah, sometimes you can just get a burnout from Wilhelm Skip, because it's like super late in the run, but you also like...
Yeah, this is the last big roadblock in the run.
Yeah, definitely. Even Frida is not that hard. Like Frida is okay, absolutely. Take it. Good. Oh, yes, dude. Here we go. Dude, I'm well so done. Happy. I swear. I was practicing, like, I swear, last 2 weeks, I was literally practicing all the nights. Literally this skip and stuff like that, like some difficult skips, you know. But that was literally my bane. Oh, I'm so happy. I cannot even, like, express how happy am I right now. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's good. What's that arrow?
It's a very difficult skip.
I saw that arrow right now. It looks so scary. Can it hit me even? No, it looks like it cannot.
It can sometimes.
Okay, good. I'm so happy. I cannot even describe how happy am I. And now we just open this door. And now, well, we need to fight Frida and, like, better not to die. Because if we die, I will need to go again for Wilhelm Skip. Or I'll just, like, go, like, default way, but I don't think I will die. We'll see. Should be fine.
Yeah. And like Sieg said, the death cam deloads the assets.
Yeah, something like that should be fine. Okay.
And because of that, this altar that's normally blocking the Frida arena, we can just kind of pass on through. instead of having to go
I'll
down
focus
and turn
again
the lever.
right now. I mean, yeah, you go ahead, Lucy. I'll just focus a bit, because right now I am not allowed to die at all. Obviously. I will probably even use gold pine resin on first phase. I don't know. I don't know if it's useful. Do you think so? No, I'll not go for it. Let's go.
So Frida's won another 3-phase fights, but unlike Gayle, she actually has 3 different health bars you have to deal with. And a big component of the Frida fight is spacing. So you're going to see Sieg doing a lot of running back and trying to be in the right spacing from Frida so that he can properly punish. She can be a little dashy in phase ones. She likes to hop around a lot. It's not fun, but this phase one's going pretty well.
I mean, Frida doesn't think so, yeah. Hoping is definitely fun.
And then here you're going to see Sieg throw a throwing knife. The idea is that this consumable will kind of bait her to jump towards us, preferably. Sometimes she doesn't.
I'm good.
In phase 2, we're just going to be attacking Ariandel. He actually has lower defenses, so it makes the phase 2 quite a bit quicker than hitting Frida. So we're just going to kind of be maneuvering these ice trails and hopefully killing Ariandel before Frida can heal.
Okay, good. Okay. That was quite sketchy.
Yeah.
It's fine, it's fine. We're good, we're good. I'll even put Divine Blessing here.
Much like phase 1 of Frida, phase 3 is going to be the same thing of kind of spacing ourselves appropriately. Trying to stay just out of reach of her, but still in range to actually attack her. She's definitely one of the harder fights to actually really learn and get down consistently, if not the hardest.
Perfect, I'll heal here. Will not be greedy. That's fine.
You can really see how those she likes to dash around.
No way I'm going for it. Milady. No. Good. Well, it wasn't really good speed-wise, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll take it.
It works.
Okay, that was the most Monka moment of all the run. Now I can literally just chill. I swear. That was the hardest part of the run, definitely. And I'm so glad that I kinda allowed you to see how cool is Wilhelm Skip. Like how cool it looks like, you know. But at the same time, it's like I can say from my own experience, because I'm a kind of new learner of it. It's omega hard, literally omega hard. So I'm super glad that it was kind of a success on a marathon. I'm really, really glad. So yeah, let's go. Let's go to Grave Tender fight. Grave Tender fight is quite chill one. You just enter arena with wolves, kill the guy, and kill the wolf. Simply, right? Pretty much. But I mean, that's how the fight works here. Nothing special about this fight. So we just light a bundle here, kill those 2 wolves, roll backwards, kill another wolf, save all the stamina. This guy is walking like a Giga Chad, but we literally just kill him in one combo. Not kill him in one combo, of course, but damage him a bit. Down to what? Where are you AFK, dude? It's all fine. Yeah, just do something. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, now goes the second. Now goes the second phase, and second phase is a big bad wolf, pretty much.
Yeah, Grave Tender can really troll you a bit. He likes to dash around.
Oh, really, dude? Why are you doing that? Oh my lord, you're so bad. I literally got 0 good attacks, but it's fine. It's fine. Even though this fight kind of went chaotically, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Okay, now we go to one of the most, I would say, boring boss fights. We're going to ODK. And I need to say that usually ODK is the last boss fight, because you have like a really, really convenient manning with bonfires. So you just go to the left and kind of switch perfectly to our next boss. So here we will do Soul of Cinder to be our last boss, because it's cool, you know. And usually ODK is the last boss of speedruns, but he does not deserve to be a true last boss of a marathon. So we're going here. Can't access Smoldering Lake, but we just quit out here. To reset Worm's behavior, so he will be spawning again, and we'll have our time to like run past ODK.
The ODK is quite the pushover. You're kind of intended to fight him much earlier in the run.
Yeah.
Of a casual playthrough, kind of around the time we fall Walnir. So this fight, it's kind of a joke, especially this late.
Yeah, you will see right now why, pretty much. And that's it. And now we go back to Filing Shrine. So, our pre-last boss fight is infamous Nameless King, and one of my, I would say my favorite boss overall, like just speaking of like game design. But first phase is not really cool. I honestly don't like it, and I don't think there is a player who actually likes it. I think there are like more... Oh, okay, don't lie, okay? You don't like it?
No, I do.
Wait, you actually like it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, it's fun. Okay, everybody but Lucy hates it, and pretty much I don't know. Like first phase is just not really comfy, but second phase is literally perfect. Like it looks so cool, and fight is really good. You can strafe some attacks as well. So yeah, quite a good phase.
Yeah, and Sieg's gonna be baiting one of the two openers here. If all goes well, we can actually just stagger the bird in 5 hits and allow us to get a really quick kill. It can be a little tricky at times, especially with this opener that Sieg got.
Ooh, straight. Here we go. Nice.
Yeah, for a lot of people, Nameless is one of the harder fights in the game.
Why didn't you continue, dude? You actually hit me. He's so active, Jesus.
Sieg was trying to set up a stagger to happen right after he does that AoE attack, because that'll actually loop his AI, and he'll go ahead and do the slam again, which just means we can finish him off.
Here we go. That's a Nameless King, and now we're about to face our very, very last boss, Soul of Cinder. So if we have maybe any last donations, stuff like that, so like that's a great time.
I just want to remind you all that all of your donations, bits, and subscriptions this week are going towards Alzheimer Fonden. Alzheimer Fonden's aim and purpose is to increase the funding to benefit the scientific research in order to find a cure for Alzheimer's disease.
So we're about to face a very last boss of a run. So yeah, pretty much the Soul Cinder, and like our run almost has ended, but there is a quite of a not really simple fight, but it's a really cool fight. I like Soul of Cinder. It's like really, really interesting concept of a fight.
Yeah, and phase 1 is actually a lot harder than phase 2. Typically in the speedrun, we try to get a stagger set up in phase 2. Which will make phase 2 quite quick if all goes well. Ooh, pyro. That's the stagger I was talking about. Anyone who played Dark Souls 1 might be familiar with this soundtrack.
And that's all. That's all pretty much. And all we need to do right now, when timer stops, we link the first flame and time. So that was quite of a Dark Souls. We just killed all bosses, unrestricted, and we've been using glitches, we've been using cool skips. Some of them were a bit more like fortunate, some of them were unfortunate. Like anyway, it was like really cool fun. It was a great honor to run for you, to showcase this run on ESA. It's like kind of my debut, so I was like insanely nervous. Like you cannot even understand what was like going on in our voice call like before ESA. I was like literally, oh man, like everybody's excited. So I want to honestly, I want to firstly thank you so much, Lucy, for all the commentating and the time you're like wasting on it. I really appreciate you. Also, I want to give a shout out to Speed Souls community, to all the Speed Souls. If you're interested in speedrunning Souls games, like go ahead, check it out. Like that's a great community with great people, and like yeah, that's much to say. And like I want to give a shout out to Russian speedrun community and all the guys that are commentating, and Dan Flash, who's commentating my run. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Lucy, any words do you have?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Sieg and ESA for letting me do this. It was a great opportunity. And of course, Speed Souls, we have a lot of great resources over there. If you're interested in Dark Souls or even Elden Ring coming up, we'll be covering that. And it's a really nice community. I definitely recommend, if this game interests you at all, check that out.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. And once again, thanks so much, guys. That was a great pleasure. 1:22:02. Actually, not bad time for almost no quit outs, and